been incredible. Blackpool's like a second home to me, and there was a moment where I came out of the Winter Gardens. I mean, I've run like, oh, I sound big-headed now, but 5 British Championships in the Winter Gardens. So I've got so much family history here and dancing history, and to walk out of it and look back and see a big old poster with my big old face on it saying Joanne Clifton, oh my gosh, I can't even explain. So like there's what, 3,000 seats or something like that. There's been full audiences, kids screaming. It's so loud. The sound's amazing because it's just like echoey. It's great for the voice. I won my first British Championship in 1993, so I was 10. With my brother, we've actually got it on the video. Yes, video, the actual VHS, that's how old we are. We won, and we've got the moment of winning. So we're stood at the back of the ballroom, you know where the bar is, and it's looking out and you see the stage and the orchestra and the ballroom floor, and they call out our number, and I would say that that is the most special moment ever, because it's just me and my brother as kids winning a British Championship in the Winter Gardens ballroom. Hard one, because I started when I was 4, did my first competition when I was 4. Obviously born into a dancing family, so my mum and dad were dancers, like champion dancers. My big brother Kevin is a dancer. My grandparents were dancers. My auntie was also a champion dancer. So I was kind of born into it and started when I was 4. However, I also did singing and acting as a kid. You know, I did my exams, I had lessons every week. I was in the local operatic society. And I wanted to do musical theatre as well, loved singing. Like, as we would go to dance competitions in the car, my dad would put on cassette tapes of like Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat or Cats or something like that, and we'd all sing along. So I've always loved musicals. And it got to a point where, because I was dancing with my brother, don't know whether you guys know what a rumba is, but it's the romantic dance, and that got weird, because I'm not stroking my brother's face and pretending to be in love with him. So I was like, do you know what, I think we shouldn't dance anymore together, and I think I want to do musical theatre. So I was kind of put in front of a decision, because my parents had us both dancing, and they were very supportive. They were like, listen, we'll support you in whatever you want to do, either go to a musical theatre school or carry on with your dancing. But we can't afford both because we've got your brother doing it as well. So I chose the dancing because I'd done it since I was 4. That was the safe route. And I actually moved to Italy. I was like, focused now, that is it. I want to be a world champion. I'm not going to think about musical theatre. And I stopped my musical theatre lessons and everything because I moved to Italy, focused on the dancing. Then I got Strictly, came back to do Strictly, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to start up with my musical theatre again. Absolutely. I mean, my parents, British champions, European champions, world number ones. Obviously, they know what they were talking about. They knew what they were doing, and they didn't actually push us into it. What happened was they actually didn't want us to dance because they know how much hard work it involves, how much sacrifice, how much money, and of course, it's a sport or an art that is based on opinion rather than who crosses the line first. So it's quite hard, you know. And they didn't want us to dance. So thing was, they had the dance school up in Grimsby, and well, they still have it. And when Grandma and Grandad couldn't babysit us, we had to go to the classes. And my big brother Kev, because he is the older one, just let's be clear on that, he started joining in, and because he's the older one, I just copied what he did. So I got up and danced as well, and we would just join in with the classes. And then Mum and Dad saw how much we loved it, and they asked us if we wanted to dance, and we were like, yes. And they said, competitions, hoping for a no, and we went, yeah. And they were like, right, let's go. So, but then once we decided to do the competitions, of course we were in the best hands because, you know, they've been through it all, they knew everything. Yeah, we danced together, as I said. Then we split up, dancing together. He did Latin and I did ballroom so that we didn't have to compete. Parents were clever there. Then he gave up dancing before me and went to do Burn the Floor and went to do Strictly. Then I joined Strictly the year later, and that was the first time that we were competing against each other after all these years. Literally, I was 30 and he was 31 or something like that. Did 2 years, and then on the third year we both made the final, and it was a 3-couple final. It was me with Oria Duba, Kevin with Louise Redknapp, and then Oti Mabuse with Danny Mac. And my parents were going around to everybody going, please vote for Oti and Danny Mac, because we can't deal if one of them wins and one of them doesn't. And who won? 2024, so we've got Shrek till May on tour all around the UK, and then we've got we're going to London, we're going to the Eventim Apollo in Hammersmith, another massive venue like the Winter Gardens, all over the summer holidays, and it'll be my first musical that I'm doing a run in London with, which is very, very exciting. Playing one of my dream roles, Princess Fiona. Can't wait for that. I've also just released my album, called Like Nobody's Watching. So we'll see what comes out of that as well.